The sleek silver spacecraft of the Zarkon Exploration Fleet hung silently in the inky blackness of space. Its smooth, curved hull reflected the distant starlight, making it look like a metallic teardrop frozen in time. Inside, Captain Thorax stood on the bridge, his four eyes blinking in rapid succession as he studied the holographic display before him. "Scan complete, Captain," chirped his science officer, Vela. Her tentacles danced over the control panel as she spoke. "We've entered an unexplored sector of the Milky Way galaxy." Thorax nodded, his antennae twitching with excitement. "Any signs of habitable planets?" Vela's eyes widened as she examined the data. "Yes, Captain. There's a small blue planet in the Goldilocks zone of a yellow dwarf star. It's perfect for life." The crew buzzed with excitement. In their centuries of exploration, they had never found a planet so ideally suited for life. Thorax felt his heart race. This could be the discovery of a lifetime. "Set a course for the planet," he ordered, his voice steady despite his growing anticipation. As they approached, the blue marble grew larger in their view screen. Swirling white clouds covered parts of the planet, revealing glimpses of vast oceans and green continents beneath. "It's beautiful," whispered Vela, her voice filled with awe. Thorax agreed, but something was nagging at him. "Run a deep scan. Look for signs of civilization." Vela complied, her tentacles flying over the controls. Suddenly, she gasped. "Captain, you need to see this." The holographic display flickered and changed, showing detailed images of the planet's surface. The crew fell silent as they saw the ruins of vast cities, crumbling monuments, and overgrown roads crisscrossing the continents. This planet, it was inhabited, Thorax said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Not just inhabited, Captain," Vela replied, her voice trembling. "According to these readings, this civilization was highly advanced. Maybe even more advanced than us." Thorax felt a chill run down his spine. What happened to them? Where are they now? Vela shook her head, her tentacles drooping. "I don't know, Captain, but based on the decay rate of their structures and the regrowth of natural vegetation, I estimate they've been gone for about 500,000 years." The bridge erupted in shocked murmurs. 500,000 years was a blink of an eye in cosmic terms, but an eternity for a civilization. "Impossible," muttered Thorax. "A civilization this advanced doesn't just disappear without a trace." As if in answer to his words, a light on the control panel began to blink. "Captain," called out the communications officer, "we're picking up a signal. It's coming from the planet's moon." Thorax's antennae stood straight up in surprise. "Put it on screen." The holographic display changed again, showing a structure on the barren surface of the moon. It was clearly artificial, a dome of some sort, half buried in the lunar dust. "It's some kind of archive," Vela said, her eyes wide as she interpreted the data. "It's been broadcasting the same message for 500,000 years." "What does it say?" Thorax asked, his heart's pounding. Vela worked on the translation for a moment, then looked up, her face a mix of awe and fear. "It says, 'We were here, we were human, and we will return.'" A heavy silence fell over the bridge. Thorax stared at the blue planet, his mind reeling. Who were these humans? Where had they gone? And most importantly, what would happen when they returned? As the Zarkon ship hung in orbit, its crew unaware that they had just stumbled upon one of the greatest mysteries in the galaxy, the automated defenses of Earth stirred to life, awakening from their long slumber. The humans might be gone, but their legacy remained, waiting patiently for the day of their return. Captain Thorax stood at the viewport of the Zarkon exploration vessel, his four eyes fixed on the blue planet below. Earth, as the humans had called it, was a mystery that gnawed at his curiosity. But something else had caught his attention now. "Vela," he called to his science officer, "what's that structure in high orbit?" Vela's tentacles danced over her control panel. "It appears to be a space station, Captain. Massive in size, possibly of human origin. Thorax's antennae twitched with excitement. "Take us closer." Slowly. As their ship approached, the true scale of the station became apparent. It was a behemoth, easily dwarfing their vessel. Its design was unlike anything they had ever seen. All smooth curves and gleaming metal, untouched by 500,000 years of cosmic dust. How is it still intact after all this time? Thorax wondered aloud. Suddenly, alarms blared across the bridge. Red lights flashed, bathing the alien crew in an eerie glow. "Captain," the tactical officer shouted. "The station, it's activating." Before Thorax could respond, a beam of energy shot out from the station, narrowly missing their ship. The entire vessel shuddered from the near miss. "Evasive maneuvers," Thorax ordered, his voice steady despite the chaos. "Vela, what just happened?" Vela's tentacles were a blur as she analyzed the data. "It seems we triggered some kind of automated defense system, Captain. The technology, it's far beyond anything we've ever encountered." Another energy beam lanced out, this time grazing their ship's hull. Sparks flew from nearby consoles. "Shields at 60% and falling," the tactical officer reported. "Our weapons are having no effect." Thorax gripped his command chair, his mind racing. They were massively outgunned by a station that had been abandoned for 500,000 years. The implications were staggering. "Retreat," he ordered. "Get us to a safe distance." As they pulled away, the attack ceased. The station hung silently in space once more, as if nothing had happened. Once they were at a safe distance, Thorax called for a damage report. The news wasn't good. Their most advanced shields had been nearly depleted by just 2 glancing hits. "I don't understand," Vela said, her voice filled with awe and fear. "The power required for those weapons, it should have degraded centuries ago. How is this possible?" Thorax had no answer. He stared at the holographic display of the station, his mind whirling with questions. Who were these humans? How had they created technology that remained superior to the Zarkon's best efforts, even after 500,000 years? "Sir," the communications officer interrupted his thoughts. "We're receiving a transmission. It's coming from the station. On screen," Thorax ordered, bracing himself. The holographic display flickered to life, showing not an image, but a string of complex equations and diagrams. Vela gasped. "Captain, this is incredible. It's a primer for faster-than-light travel. But the principles involved, they're far beyond our current understanding of physics." Thorax felt a mix of emotions, fear, excitement, and a deep burning curiosity. "It seems," he said slowly, "that the humans left more than just a defense system. They left a challenge, and perhaps an invitation." As the crew pored over the unexpected gift of knowledge, Thorax couldn't shake the feeling that they had stumbled upon something far bigger than a lost civilization. They had found a legacy, one that could reshape the future of the entire galaxy. In the distance, Earth continued its silent orbit, its secrets still largely intact. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space and time, the promise echoed, "We will return." The real question, Thorax realized, was whether the galaxy would be ready when they did. Captain Thorax stood at the airlock of the space station, his heart racing. After days of careful study and several failed attempts, they had finally cracked the code to enter the human facility. The station's defenses had powered down, almost as if inviting them in. "Remember," he said to his small team, "we're here to learn, not to interfere. Touch nothing unless absolutely necessary." With a hiss, the airlock opened. The aliens stepped into the station, their eyes wide with wonder. Despite 500,000 years of abandonment, the interior was pristine. Soft lights came to life as they moved, responding to their presence. "It's like they just left yesterday," whispered Vela, her tentacles waving in awe. They made their way to what appeared to be the main control room. Holographic displays sprang to life, filling the air with a soft blue glow. Strange symbols danced across the screens. "Can you decode it?" XOR asked Vila. She nodded, her eyes darting back and forth as she worked. "It's complex, but the station seems to be helping me understand." Hours passed as Vela delved deeper into the station's records. The rest of the team explored cautiously, marveling at the advanced technology that surrounded them. Finally, Vela called out, her voice trembling with excitement. "Captain, I found something. It's incredible." Sordax hurried to her side. "What is it?" "It's a log entry. The last one before the humans left." She took a deep breath. "They didn't die out, Captain. They chose to leave." The holographic display changed, showing a recording of a human. The alien crew watched in fascination as the strange, two-armed being began to speak. Vela translated in real time. "To those who find this message, we, the people of Earth, have made a choice. Our civilization has reached its peak in this physical realm. We have conquered disease, ended scarcity, and unlocked the secrets of the universe. But we yearn for more. We have discovered a way to transcend our physical forms, to ascend to a higher plane of existence. We leave behind this legacy, our knowledge and our guardians, in hopes that others might learn from our journey." The message continued, explaining how the humans had discovered a way to convert their consciousness into pure energy, allowing them to explore dimensions beyond the physical universe. But why leave all this behind? XOR wondered aloud. As if in answer, the message continued. "We leave our technology as a gift and a challenge to those who come after. Learn from it, grow, and perhaps one day, you too will join us in the great beyond. But be warned, power without wisdom is a dangerous thing. We will be watching, and when the time is right, we will return." The message ended, leaving the alien crew in stunned silence. Vila was the first to speak. "Captain, there's more. The station's database. It's full of scientific knowledge. Physics, biology, technology. It's all here. It's like a library of everything the humans ever learned." Sorax felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. "They left us their legacy," he said softly. "But why? And what did they mean by 'we will return'?" As if triggered by his words, a new hologram appeared. It showed the solar system, then zoomed out to reveal a vast network of similar stations and outposts scattered throughout the galaxy. "By the stars," gasped Vila. "It's not just this station. They left their technology everywhere." Sorax stared at the map, his mind reeling. The humans hadn't just been an advanced civilization. They had been a galactic superpower, and they had left all of it behind, for reasons he could barely comprehend. As the alien crew began to explore the vast database of human knowledge, Sorax couldn't shake a feeling of both wonder and unease. They had solved one mystery, only to uncover a much larger one. What would happen when humanity decided it was time to return? And would the galaxy be ready for them? The space station hummed softly around them, its secrets only beginning to unfold. The legacy of humanity was now in their hands, and the future of the galaxy hung in the balance. Captain Torax stood on the bridge of his ship, his four eyes fixed on the holographic display of the solar system. The revelation about the humans' ascension had left him and his crew in a state of awe and curiosity. But there was more to discover. "Vila," he called to his science officer. "The station's logs mention something about a fleet. Any ideas where we should look?" Vela's tentacles danced over her console as she analyzed the data. "The logs are cryptic, Captain. But they keep referencing something called Jupiter. It's the largest planet in this system." Thorax nodded, "Set a course. Let's see what we can find." As they approached the giant gas planet, its swirling storms and vibrant colors filled their view screen. But it wasn't the planet that caught their attention. It was what was orbiting it. "Captain," the tactical officer shouted, "I'm detecting multiple large objects in Jupiter's orbit. They're ships." The crew watched in amazement as the sensors revealed a vast armada of sleek, powerful-looking vessels, all in perfect formation around Jupiter. There were thousands of them, each one larger than the Zarkon's most impressive battleships. "It's impossible," whispered Vila. "These ships, they should have degraded after all this time. But they look new." Thorax leaned forward, his antennae twitching with excitement. "Can we get closer?" As they approached, they saw that the fleet was nestled within a massive, hidden shipyard. The structure was a marvel of engineering, seamlessly blending with Jupiter's swirling atmosphere to remain nearly invisible. Suddenly, alarms blared across the bridge. "Captain," the tactical officer yelled. "The fleet, it's activating." Before Thorax could respond, a massive hologram appeared before their ship. It showed a human figure, clearly an AI construct, dressed in what appeared to be a military uniform. "Greetings, explorers," the AI spoke, its voice resonating through their ship's speakers. "You have discovered the guardian fleet of humanity. State your intentions." Thorax stepped forward, his voice steady despite his racing hearts. "We come in peace. We are explorers from the Zarkon civilization. We discovered Earth and seek to learn about the humans who once lived there." The AI's expression remained neutral. "Your curiosity is noted. However, this fleet is not merely a relic. It is humanity's promise of return and protection for their home." As if to demonstrate, one of the massive ships broke formation. It moved with impossible grace for its size, performing maneuvers that defied the laws of physics as the Zarkon understood them. "By the stars," gasped Vila. "The power required for such movements, it's beyond anything we've ever seen." The AI continued, "This fleet stands ready to defend Earth and to aid humanity upon their return. It has been upgrading and improving itself for 500,000 years, guided by the directives left by our creators." Thorax felt a chill run down his spine. The implications were staggering. Not only had humans left behind advanced technology, but they had also created self-improving systems that had been evolving for 500,000 years. "We mean no harm," Thorax said quickly. "We only wish to learn. Is there a way we could study your technology? To understand?" The eye was silent for a moment. Then, to everyone's surprise, it nodded. "The humans left instructions for such a scenario. You may observe and learn, but you may not interfere or attempt to copy our technology. It is a gift of knowledge, not of power." As the AI began to share carefully selected information about the fleet, Thorax and his crew were filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. They were being given a glimpse into technology so advanced it bordered on magic. But a question nagged at Thorax's mind. If this was the legacy humans left behind, how unimaginably powerful must they have become in their ascended form? And what would happen when they finally decided to return? As the Zarkon ship floated amidst the Guardian fleet, dwarfed by its power and majesty, Thorax realized that they had stumbled upon not just a discovery, but a turning point in galactic history. The humans were gone, but their shadows still loomed large over the cosmos. The grand hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement and tension. Representatives from 100 different species filled the room, their varied forms creating a living tapestry of alien life. At the center, Captain Thorax stood, his 4 eyes scanning the crowd nervously. "Order, order." The booming voice of the council leader, a towering crystalline being, echoed through the chamber. Silence fell. "We are here to discuss the recent discovery made by the Zarkon exploration fleet. Captain Thorax, please present your findings." Thorax stepped forward, his antennae twitching. "Honored members of the council," he began, "what we found in the Sol system is beyond anything we could have imagined. A civilization called humanity that existed 500,000 years ago, and yet their technology surpasses our own." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Thorax continued, describing Earth, the space station, and the massive fleet hidden around Jupiter. With each revelation, the council members grew more agitated. "Impossible," shouted a reptilian delegate. No technology could survive so long. And you say these humans simply left? Asked another, a gaseous being floating in a containment suit. Thorax nodded. They ascended to another plane of existence, leaving behind their legacy and a promise to return. The hall erupted in chaos. Some delegates demanded immediate action to claim Earth's technology. Others called for caution, fearing the return of such an advanced species. Silence. The council leader's voice cut through the noise. We must approach this situation carefully. Captain Thorax, did the humans leave any message for other civilizations? Yes, Thorax replied. They left vast stores of knowledge, freely given to those who would learn. But they also left warnings. Their technology is protected, and attempts to misuse it could have severe consequences. As if to emphasize his point, a holographic display appeared in the center of the hall. It showed recordings from various attempts by different species to breach Earth's defenses. Each attempt ended in failure, with the attacking ships easily repelled or disabled. By the cosmic winds, whispered a winged delegate, even our most advanced warships are like toys to them. The council leader spoke again, its crystalline form shimmering. It seems we face a choice. Do we attempt to claim this power for ourselves, risking the wrath of these ascended humans, or do we respect their wishes and seek to learn? A new voice rang out. Why should we bow to the whims of a long-gone species? I say we take what is there for the taking. It was the Vexillar ambassador, known for their aggressive expansion policies. Thorax felt a chill. He knew the Vexillar would not be easily dissuaded, and they weren't alone. Several other warlike species were nodding in agreement. You fool. This came from Vela, who had accompanied Thorax to the council. Did you not see the recordings? Earth's defenses are impenetrable. And the human's technology. It's not just powerful, it's alive. It grows, adapts. Who knows what it's capable of now? The council chambers fell into heated debate. Alliances were forming and breaking in real time as species took sides. Some, like the peace-loving Aetheri, advocated for respecting the humans' wishes. Others, like the Vexillar, were already drawing up invasion plans. Thorax watched with a growing sense of unease. He had hoped his discovery would bring the galaxy together in pursuit of knowledge. Instead, it seemed to be tearing it apart. As the arguments raged on, a soft beeping came from Thorax's communicator. It was a message from the AI guardian of Earth's fleet. His heart sank as he read it. Honored Council, he said, his voice cutting through the chaos. I've just received word. Several fleets are already on their way to the Sol system, seeking to claim Earth's technology for themselves. The Council fell silent, the gravity of the situation sinking in. The galactic order was about to be upended, and the sleeping giant that was humanity's legacy was about to be stirred. As the Council scrambled to respond to this crisis, Thorax couldn't help but wonder, was this part of the humans' plan all along? And what would happen when they finally returned to find the galaxy in turmoil over their legacy? The Sol system had become a battleground. Dozens of alien fleets hovered at its edges, each waiting for an opportunity to claim Earth's advanced technology. But the humans' defensive systems held strong, easily repelling any who dared to venture too close. In the midst of this tense standoff, Captain Thorax's ship maintained a careful orbit around Jupiter. As one of the first discoverers of Earth's legacy, the Zarkon had been granted special observer status by the Galactic Council. Thorax stood on the bridge, his four eyes fixed on the swirling storms of Jupiter. Suddenly, Vela's voice cut through his thoughts. Captain, something's happening. The main screen lit up, showing a massive energy surge emanating from Earth's moon. The lunar surface began to shimmer and ripple like water. By the cosmic winds, Thorax whispered, "What's going on?" Before anyone could respond, a blinding flash of light engulfed the entire system. When it faded, the scene had transformed. A massive structure now orbited Earth, its design unlike anything they had ever seen. It seemed to shift and change as they watched, defying the laws of physics. Vela's tentacles danced over her console. "Captain, I'm detecting life signs, but they're like nothing I've ever seen before. They're everywhere and nowhere at the same time." Suddenly, every screen on the ship came to life. The same was happening on every vessel in the system. A figure appeared, humanoid in shape, but composed of swirling energy and light. "Greetings, children of the galaxy." The figure spoke, its voice resonating not through speakers, but directly in their minds. "We are humanity. We have returned." The bridge fell silent, everyone staring in awe at the screen. Orcs found his voice first. "Welcome back," he said, his words feeling inadequate. We've been studying your legacy." The energy being seemed to smile. "Yes, we know. We've been watching. Some of you sought to learn, to grow. Others," the being's expression hardened slightly, "others sought only power." As if on cue, alarms blared across the ship. Orcs turned to see the Vexillar fleet, the most aggressive of the alien armadas, advancing towards Earth. "They're powering up weapons," Vela shouted. But before the Vexillar could fire, their ships froze in space. Then, to everyone's astonishment, they began to transform. Metal and energy reshaped itself, turning the once fearsome warships into delicate flower-like structures. The human being spoke again. "We left our technology as a gift and a test. Those who seek to use it for destruction will find it uncooperative." Orcs watched in amazement as the transformed Vexillar ships drifted harmlessly through space, their weapons and engines gone. But those who sought knowledge, the human continued, turning its gaze to Orcs' ship, "will find us willing teachers." Suddenly, Orcs felt his mind expanding. Knowledge flooded in. The secrets of the universe, technologies beyond imagination, the true nature of reality itself. He gasped, overwhelmed by the influx of information. "This is but a fraction of what we've learned," the human said. "We've returned to share our knowledge, to help guide the younger races of the galaxy. But we will not interfere directly. The choice of how to use this knowledge is yours." As the human spoke, more energy beings appeared, filling the space around Earth. They began to spread out across the solar system, some approaching the watching alien ships. Orcs realized that everything was about to change. The humans hadn't just returned, they had come back transformed, ascended to a level of existence he could barely comprehend. "Captain," Vela said, her voice filled with awe. They're inviting us to Earth. All the ships that came in peace, they want us to be the first to learn." As Orcs gave the order to approach Earth, he felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. Humanity had returned, and the galaxy would never be the same. The era of human legacy was over. The age of human guidance had begun. 5 years had passed since the return of humanity. The galaxy had changed more in those 5 years than in the previous million. Captain Orcs, now Ambassador Orcs, stood on the observation deck of the massive space station orbiting Earth, his 4 eyes taking in the breathtaking view. Ships of all shapes and sizes, representing hundreds of different species, moved in and out of the station. Earth, once a mystery, had become the center of galactic civilization. But it wasn't the technology that drew them here. It was the knowledge. "Ambassador," a soft voice called. Orcs turned to see a shimmering figure of light and energy, a human in their ascended form. Even after all this time, the sight still filled him with awe. "Greetings, teacher," Orcs said, bowing slightly. "How may I assist you?" The human smiled, a warm glow pulsing through its form. "We have a new group of students arriving today. Would you like to welcome them with me?" Orcs nodded eagerly. As they walked, or in the human's case, floated, through the station, he marveled at how much had changed. The station itself was a marvel of human technology, constantly shifting and adapting to the needs of its inhabitants. Rooms expanded or contracted, environments changed to suit different species, and information flowed freely through the air itself. They entered a large auditorium where dozens of alien beings sat, their eyes wide with anticipation. Orcs recognized many species, the crystalline Alaxar, the gaseous nebulans, even a group of Vexillar, their once warlike nature tempered by human teachings. The human teacher moved to the center of the room, its glow brightening. "Welcome, seekers of knowledge," it began, its voice resonating in everyone's minds. "You stand at the beginning of a great journey." As the human spoke, the room transformed. Suddenly, they were floating in space, stars whizzing by. "The universe is vast," the human continued, "and full of wonders beyond imagination. But the greatest frontier isn't out there, it's in here." The view changed to show complex neural networks, then zoomed out to show the intricate web of galactic civilization. Orcs watched the new student's reactions, remembering his own awe when he first experienced this. The human teachings went beyond mere technology or science. They taught a way of thinking, of understanding the universe, and one's place in it. As the orientation continued, Sorax's mind wandered to the changes he'd seen. Wars had ended as species learned to understand each other. Scarcity had become a thing of the past as human technology allowed for the creation of anything needed. And the greatest gift, the human method of ascension, was being studied by all, with some species already beginning to follow the path. But it wasn't all easy. Some species struggled with the rapid changes. Others feared losing their identity in the face of human influence. The humans, true to their word, never forced their ways on anyone. They simply offered knowledge, letting each species and individual choose their own path. As the orientation ended, Thorax approached a young Zarkon in the group. "How do you feel?" he asked. The young one's antennae quivered with excitement. "Overwhelmed," it admitted, "but eager to learn. Is it true that we might one day ascend like the humans?" Thorax nodded. "The path is open to all who wish to walk it. But remember, it's not the destination that matters, but the journey." As the students filed out, chattering excitedly, the human teacher approached Thorax. "You've come a long way," it said. "From a captain seeking knowledge to a teacher in your own right." Thorax felt the warmth in his heart. "I had good teachers," he replied. The human's glow pulsed with amusement. "The best teachers are those who never stop being students. Now, shall we prepare for the next class? I believe we're covering interdimensional physics today." As they walked off together, Thorax reflected on the new era they were in. The humans had returned, yes, but they hadn't conquered or ruled. Instead, they had done something far more powerful. They had inspired. And in doing so, they had set the galaxy on a path to a future brighter than anyone could have imagined. The legacy of humanity was no longer just in their technology. It was in the spirit of exploration, learning, and growth that now permeated the galaxy. And that, Thorax thought, was the greatest gift of all.